Young and Restless early spoilers August 11th to 15th. Billy's explosive fallout and Chance's heartbreaking funeral. As we always do on early edition day, we start with what is coming the rest of this week. Then we'll talk about what's ahead for next week. Young and the Restless spoilers. Intense drama unfolds August 6th to 8th. On Wednesday, August 6th, we've got Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, telling Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver, that she failed. Victor also demands a full refund on the initial money he gave her for Vibrante. As expected, Audra begs to try again and says she can have Claire Grace Newman, Haley Aaron, walk in on her with Kyle Abbott, Michael Mueller, after the seeds she just planted. But it is a hard no from Victor. Audra says, "You can't take back the money you already gave me." He said, "Who's going to stop me?" Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, and Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, run into each other, and he's telling Nikki he didn't go to Cole Howard's J. Eddie Peck memorial just to avoid any drama with Victor. They talk about Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, plotting in France, and now that they're back in Genoa City. Young and the Restless spoilers. Jack shuts down Nikki's request. Nikki says she almost signed over a chancellor to get Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, back, and she still hasn't told Victor about that. Jack is kind of horrified Amanda Sinclair, Miss Hale Morgan, had those papers ready to go. Nikki thinks the Newmans and Abbotts need to unite to take on Kane, but Jack says very realistically that Victor has made that impossible. I mean, we all know there's no way, right? Nikki tells Jack that Kyle confronted Victor about Audra's scheme right in front of her. Nikki also tells Jack about how rude Victor was to Kyle after the funeral, and actually before the funeral as well. So Jack says that Claire is just going to have to figure out that Victor has no respect for anybody. Nikki tries to demonize Audra while defending Victor's part of the plot. As I've always said, she's his biggest enabler. Nikki tells Audra that she's going to make life hard for her in Genoa City. Jack insults Audra, and she claps back, calling Kyle a spoiled baby. Audra says, "The Newmans and Abbotts have all done worse things than she did." And that's absolutely true. Young and the Restless spoilers. Billy battles Jill. Billy yells at Jill Abbott, Jess Walton, on a phone call about Kane and about keeping his secrets. Then Jill snaps because Billy hasn't mentioned Chance's death, which should have been the first thing to talk about. Billy tells her about Carter, Vincent Stalba, killing Chance, and Jill's mad that Billy didn't call until he wanted to talk business. He says, "Oh well, I thought Kane was going to call you." It turns out Kane did call Jill and told her about Chance being killed. She was crying, and Kane was there to comfort her. Billy is upset to also find out that Jill was at Colin Atkinson's, Tristan Rogers' deathbed, and Jill insists her ex-husband changed before he died. She is very upset about losing Chance and doesn't want to talk about Kane or any of Billy's petty stuff about Kane or Colin. So Billy hangs up on Jill, and Kane tells him he was awful for talking to his grieving mom like that. Billy gets mad about Colin and about Kane basically still acting like Jill's his mom when she's not. Billy leaves mad after Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, breaks up their argument. Phyllis says Billy is exhausting, and Kane says it'll be okay once he forgives Jill and him. Then Phyllis says Billy needs therapy, not to be in business with him, which is funny because that's like when Billy fired Phyllis and told her to go get help. She's flipping the script right back on him. Young and the Restless spoilers. Phyllis wants more power? Kane thinks that Phyllis just wants more power. She says Billy's not a team player and is too emotional. But Kane tells her that Billy's toy train was a very thoughtful and personal gift, unlike her generic fruit basket. Slam on red. Right. Kane does want Billy involved, and he wants to reconcile Jill and Billy as mother and son. But Phyllis says Billy and Jill are too broken. Kane asks Phyllis if she can deal with working with him, and it's a yes. Later, Billy and Victor swap insults at society. Victor's snarky with Billy about Chance dying, but Billy still being alive. I mean, horrible behavior. Billy tells Victor he's going to make things very rough on him. Young and the Restless spoilers. Claire fed up. Claire tells Kyle she's sick and tired of Victor trying to control her. Claire wants to buy Adam Newman's, Mark Grossman, apartment and move in with Kyle right now. He worries that taking Adam's apartment will force the Newmans to take sides, but Claire doesn't care. Kyle says, "Okay, fine. I'll call Adam." Claire wants to know more from Kyle about what Audra did in France. He tells her Victor paid Audra to break them up. Kyle says he suspected that Audra was trying a seduction plan, and it did not work because all he cares about is Claire. She's actually surprised that Audra would risk things with Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic. Kyle says Nate's in the dark about who Audra really is. Kyle says he called Audra out and confronted Victor, who probably cut off Audra now. Claire's really upset that Victor would hurt her intentionally like this. Kyle warns that Audra may be out for revenge, but Claire isn't having it and makes threats that she will deal with Audra. Upcoming Young and the Restless storylines: betrayal, alliances, and family drama August 11th to 15th. On Thursday, August 7th, Claire rips into Audra. She has had enough of her and her seduction plan. I fully expect that some of these people involved in this situation, one of them is going to approach Nate. Victor pitches Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, and Devin Hamilton, Brighton James, on joining him against Kane. Lily says that with Kane in town, she's just going to avoid him, but Victor thinks there's a better approach. Claire and Kyle go over and pitch a deal to Adam to buy the apartment. On Friday, August 8th, there's an Abbott United Front kind of moment with Phyllis, Jack, and Billy discussing Kane and what alliances they can make to protect Kyle. Of course, Kyle doesn't want to be part of this war, but Billy's keeping a big secret that Kane wants to target Jabot. Phyllis is poking at Billy yet again on Friday, and Victor teams up with someone unexpected. The week of August 11th through the 15th, we'll see Billy's conscience eating at him about betraying Jack and keeping secrets. It's too bad Billy doesn't feel as guilty about what he is doing and saying with his mom, Jill. Chelsea Lawson Newman, Melissa Claire Egan, makes a decision that shocks Adam. I wonder if Victor is going to be able to convince Chelsea to go against Billy because he is conspiring with Kane. That might be interesting. Audra's life is about to fall to pieces. Victor's done with her. Claire is ripped into her. She doesn't have the funding for Vibrante. Nate's going to find out about the dirty deal she made to seduce Kyle. So Nate's obviously going to feel betrayed because he was falling for her. Young and the Restless spoilers. Lily makes a decision and Chance's funeral begins. Lily reaches a decision about the coming Kane threat. Victor is determined to put an end to Claire and Kyle's plan to cohabitate. He is not going to stop no matter what anybody in the family says. Kane's train should be in Genoa City very soon. I wonder if he'll let Phyllis move out of the GCAC and onto the train. Chance's funeral should be 11th to 15th promises to shake Genoa City to its very core as the Young and the Restless ramps up the drama with a double dose of heartbreak and fury. Fans should brace themselves for emotional upheavals, explosive confrontations, and shocking revelations that will leave a lasting mark on some of the show's most beloved characters. From Billy Abbott's personal and professional fallout to the gut-wrenching funeral of Chance Chancellor, Genoa City will feel the ripple effects of both tragedy and betrayal. Billy Abbott explodes under pressure. Billy Abbott's life seems to be spiraling out of control this week. Following a series of mounting pressures at work and at home, Billy finds himself at a breaking point. The tension that's been simmering in his personal life finally erupts in a fiery confrontation with a familiar face at Newman Enterprises. Sources hint that Billy's long-suppressed anger comes to a head when he uncovers a betrayal that directly impacts his family. The fallout is intense, leaving him reeling and questioning who he can truly trust. Fans can expect Billy to lash out in ways that may have far-reaching consequences. His once solid alliances begin to crumble as secrets from the past resurface. It's a classic YandR recipe, the collision of past mistakes with present pressures. Billy's vulnerability is palpable this week, and viewers will see a side of him rarely exposed, the raw, unfiltered emotions of a man cornered by circumstances beyond his control. Meanwhile, tensions with Adam Newman are expected to flare. The Abbott-Newman rivalry has always been explosive, but this week, it's personal. Billy may finally confront Adam about actions that cross the line, and the confrontation promises to be nothing short of epic. Sparks are expected to fly, and the fallout could leave lasting scars for both men. A heartbreaking goodbye for Chance Chancellor. While Billy battles his own demons, Genoa City comes together to mourn the loss of Chance Chancellor. The young man's death has left a void in the hearts of those who knew him, and his funeral this week will be an emotionally charged moment for the show. Viewers can expect tearful goodbyes, with heartfelt speeches and moments of reflection that capture the essence of Chance's impact on the lives he touched. Family, friends, and even casual acquaintances come forward to share memories, highlighting Chance's bright spirit and the love he inspired in Genoa City. Notably, Chancellor family members, including Tracy and Billy's close friends, are set to deliver some of the most poignant moments. Their grief is raw, reminding fans that behind the soap opera drama, YandR continues to explore deeply human emotions. The funeral also serves as a narrative device to bring characters together, creating opportunities for reconciliation, confessions, and perhaps even some unexpected revelations. unexpected alliances and confessions. In addition to the emotional intensity of Chance's funeral, the week promises several unexpected alliances and dramatic confessions. Characters who have long been at odds may find themselves bound together by grief and circumstance. It's a testament to the writer's skill in weaving multiple storylines together. Personal loss becomes the catalyst for character growth, confrontations, and perhaps even reconciliation. Some spoilers hint at a stunning confession from a key character during the funeral or in the lead-up to it. These revelations are likely to send shockwaves through the community, leaving Genoa City buzzing with speculation and rumors. Fans should keep an eye on interactions between the Chancellors and the Abbots, as both families grapple with grief while navigating their own complicated dynamics. Billy's romantic turmoil. As if professional and family pressures weren't enough, Billy's love life continues to be fraught with tension. The week of August 11th to 15th sees him facing decisions that could change the course of his romantic relationships forever. Will he confront his feelings and fight for the ones he loves, or will frustration and anger drive him to push them away? Early spoilers suggest a volatile mix of passion, hurt, and impulsive decisions, leaving fans on the edge of their seats. Romantic sparks may ignite in unexpected ways, forcing Billy to question loyalties and trust. Relationships that once seemed stable are now under the microscope, and viewers can expect confrontations, tearful confrontations, and heart-stopping moments of vulnerability. These personal struggles intersect with the broader turmoil in his life, making Billy's story arc particularly compelling this week. The domino effect of Chance's death. Chance Chancellor's death is not just a personal tragedy. It sets off a domino effect across Genoa City. Characters who may have been on parallel paths are forced to intersect, revealing hidden truths and unspoken feelings. Secrets long buried come to light, and the ripple effect of Chance's absence will shape the narrative for weeks to come. Notably, Chance's death also serves as a reminder of the fragility of life in Genoa City. It impacts not only family and friends, but also the business and social dynamics that make the city so complex. Viewers can anticipate a mix of sorrow, anger, and surprising moments of hope as characters navigate the emotional fallout. Anticipation and viewer engagement. The combination of Billy Abbott's explosive storyline and Chance Chancellor's heartbreaking funeral ensures a highly engaging week of television. Fans can expect social media to be ablaze with reactions, theories, and emotional responses. YandR continues to excel in blending personal drama with high-stakes storytelling, keeping audiences invested in the fates of their favorite characters. From the intensity of Billy's confrontations to the solemnity of Chance's farewell, this week offers a roller coaster of emotions. Viewers will experience grief, anger, passion, and perhaps even moments of humor and levity, all hallmarks of YandR's masterful storytelling. Looking ahead, as the week progresses, the fallout from these major events will continue to shape the storylines. Billy Abbott's actions in response to betrayal could have long-term consequences, while Chance Chancellor's death will leave an indelible mark on his family and friends. Spoilers suggest that next week may see the beginning of new alliances, personal growth, and perhaps even a glimmer of hope for those struggling to cope with loss. In conclusion, the week of August 11th to 15th promises to be one of the most emotionally charged in recent memory for the young and the restless. With Billy Abbott at the center of explosive fallout and Chance Chancellor's funeral tugging at the heartstrings, Genoa City is set for a week of drama, grief, and revelations that will leave fans talking long after the episodes air. From shocking confrontations to heartfelt goodbyes, this week demonstrates why YandR continues to captivate audiences with its blend of soap opera intrigue and emotional resonance. The streets of Genoa City are heating up like never before as the young and the restless dives headfirst into a whirlwind of deception, betrayal, and shocking confrontations from August 6th through 8th. With alliances crumbling and secrets bubbling to the surface, fans are in for a suspenseful roller coaster that could change the lives of their favorite characters forever. Here's a sneak peek at the explosive drama set to grip viewers next week. August 6th, tensions reach a boiling point. The week kicks off with an unexpected confrontation that threatens to fracture one of Genoa City's most high-profile power couples. Billy Abbott is under enormous pressure, and it all comes to a head during a heated discussion at the Abbott mansion. Tensions between Billy and his loved ones are escalating, and his frustrations reach a boiling point when he uncovers an unsettling secret about Chelsea Lawson. Their relationship, already strained by lingering doubts and outside interference, is now on shaky ground, and viewers can expect sparks to fly. Meanwhile, Phyllis Summers makes a surprise appearance that could further complicate matters. Always ready to assert herself, Phyllis crashes a seemingly private family gathering, stirring up chaos with her cutting words and sharp insights. Her presence sends shockwaves through everyone in the room, leaving Chelsea and Billy scrambling to maintain control of the situation. Phyllis's timing couldn't be worse, and her unexpected revelations threaten to tip the balance of power, especially when she hints at a secret that could redefine loyalties. Over at Newman Enterprises, tensions are also rising. Victor Newman, never one to back down from a challenge, is quietly orchestrating a plan that could change the dynamics of the company. Meanwhile, Adam Newman's personal and professional life is on edge, as he juggles a growing web of lies and half-truths. Fans should watch closely for Adam's maneuvers. His next move could either secure his empire or trigger a spectacular fall from grace. August 7th. Secrets and betrayals emerge. The middle of the week brings shocking developments that leave the citizens of Genoa City reeling. Lily Winters, always the voice of reason, is faced with a heartbreaking revelation. A mysterious message arrives, shaking the foundation of her personal life and forcing her to make a difficult decision. This turn of events sets the stage for an emotional roller coaster as she navigates the complex web of relationships surrounding her. Fans can anticipate heart-wrenching scenes, especially as Lily attempts to protect those she loves while confronting her own doubts and fears. At the same time, the romantic tensions between Daniel and Tessa reach a boiling point. Their connection, filled with chemistry and mutual attraction, faces serious obstacles. Rumors swirl, jealousy emerges, and a secret encounter threatens to expose emotions neither of them is ready to confront publicly. The pair's sizzling storyline promises plenty of drama, as their choices this week could alter their relationship trajectory permanently. Elsewhere in Genoa City, Chelsea faces mounting pressure as the consequences of her decisions come back to haunt her. Chelsea's alliance with Billy is tested when she encounters someone from her past with their own agenda, leading to an intense and potentially dangerous showdown. This confrontation not only challenges Chelsea's resolve, but also forces Billy to make a critical choice. Either stand by her side or protect himself from the fallout. Viewers can expect sparks, tears, and explosive dialogue as these two navigate a storm of emotions. August 8th. Climactic revelations and explosive confrontations. As the week concludes, Genoa City braces for seismic shifts that could reshape the landscape of its most influential families. August 8th promises high-stakes drama with a series of confrontations that fans won't want to miss. Jack Abbott finds himself caught in the crossfire between family loyalty and business ambitions. His attempts to mediate conflicts between Billy and Victor lead to tense negotiations and heated exchanges. Jack's position is more precarious than ever, and viewers can expect emotional outbursts and strategic maneuvering as he tries to keep the peace while protecting his own interests. Meanwhile, the simmering rivalry between Phyllis and Chelsea escalates dramatically. Phyllis, never one to back down from a fight, openly challenges Chelsea in a public confrontation that shocks onlookers. The tension between the two women reaches a fever pitch, culminating in a scene that is sure to leave audiences talking long after the credits roll. The showdown reveals long-hidden resentments, and both characters must reckon with their actions as the fallout threatens to upend their social and professional lives. In a twist no one saw coming, Adam Newman's calculated schemes start to unravel. His careful planning collides with unexpected betrayals, creating a domino effect that threatens to expose secrets that could ruin him. This storyline is set to captivate viewers, highlighting Adam's complex moral compass and the lengths he will go to in order to protect his ambitions. Adding another layer of tension, Sharon Collins finds herself entangled in a moral dilemma. She must navigate the fallout of her own choices while dealing with the implications of others' decisions, creating a suspenseful scenario that will keep fans on edge. Her journey this week emphasizes the consequences of past actions and the unpredictable nature of human relationships in Genoa City. Finally, amidst all the chaos, fans can expect poignant moments of reflection and revelation. Characters are forced to confront uncomfortable truths, make difficult decisions, and face the consequences of their actions. Whether it's a heartfelt apology, a shocking revelation, or a daring plan that could backfire spectacularly, August 8th is set to deliver unforgettable television that combines suspense, emotion, and drama in classic YandR fashion. Fan takeaways. Next week on The Young and the Restless is all about high-stakes drama, tangled relationships, and the constant interplay of power, love, and betrayal. Key storylines to watch include Billy and Chelsea. Their relationship faces its toughest test yet, with secrets and outside influences threatening to tear them apart. Phyllis Summers. Her meddling and confrontations promise shocking revelations and intense drama. Adam Newman. With schemes potentially unraveling, Adam's storyline could redefine power dynamics in Genoa City. Lily Winters and Tessa/Daniel. Emotional decisions and romantic tension bring heart-wrenching drama to the forefront. Victor and Jack Abbott. Business rivalries and family loyalty collide, with consequences that could ripple throughout Genoa City. For fans, these 3 days promise nonstop intrigue, from explosive confrontations to emotional revelations. Whether it's the chaos of high-stakes business deals, the sting of betrayal in personal relationships, or the delicate balancing act of love and loyalty, Genoa City is a city on the edge, and viewers will not want to miss it. Is on the brink of another explosive showdown as tensions between the Newman and Abbott families reach a boiling point. This week on The Young and the Restless, Jack Abbott finds himself facing a heart-wrenching decision that could alter the course of his relationship with his longtime friend Nikki Newman. Fans are in for a roller coaster of emotions as Jack resolutely shuts down Nikki's unexpected request, sending shockwaves through the tight-knit circles of the city's elite. It all began with Nikki approaching Jack with a request that she believed was both reasonable and urgent. With the usual mix of grace and determination, Nikki laid out her concerns about a matter involving Victor Newman's latest business maneuvers. Nikki's request, though seemingly simple, carried emotional weight. She hoped Jack would intervene to protect her family from the repercussions of Victor's latest power play, a move that could threaten not just Newman Enterprises, but the very fabric of her family's security. Jack, however, had other considerations. While Nikki appealed to his sense of loyalty, Jack's instincts and long-standing wariness of Victor's manipulations made him skeptical. Over the years, Jack has learned that every favor done for the Newman family carries hidden consequences, and this situation was no different. His decision to shut down Nikki's request was not born out of malice, but a pragmatic understanding of the delicate balance of power in Genoa City. Viewers saw Jack calmly, but firmly explain his reasoning. He reminded Nikki of the risks involved, emphasizing that stepping in could backfire spectacularly. "Nikki, I understand why you're asking, but sometimes the best way to help is to stay out of it," Jack warned, his voice carrying the weight of experience. The underlying message was clear. Protecting one's self-interest in Genoa City is often as important as loyalty. Nikki's reaction, as expected, was one of shock and frustration. She had hoped Jack would provide a safety net for the Newman family, trusting that his sense of morality and long-standing bond with Victor's estranged allies would guide him. Instead, she found herself confronted with a boundary she had not anticipated. The tension between them was palpable, each word exchanged laced with years of history and unspoken emotions. The fallout from Jack's refusal was immediate. Nikki, feeling unsupported, confided in Sharon Collins, expressing her fear that Victor's actions could spiral out of control without intervention. Sharon, always the voice of caution and empathy, reminded Nikki that sometimes stepping back is the only way to see the full picture. "Jack may have shut this door, but it doesn't mean there aren't other ways to protect your family," Sharon counseled, highlighting the nuanced alliances that continue to shape life in Genoa City. Meanwhile, Jack faced his own internal conflict. Despite his outward confidence, the decision weighed heavily on him. Jack's refusal wasn't just about business strategy. It was about navigating the tangled web of personal loyalties that have defined his life for decades. He knows that Nikki's disappointment could strain their friendship, yet he also understands that a rash decision could have far-reaching consequences. This storyline masterfully explores the fine line between protecting loved ones and making tough, calculated choices. Adding fuel to the fire, Victor Newman himself became aware of the brewing tension between Jack and Nikki. Victor, ever the master manipulator, saw an opportunity to exploit the rift for his own gain. He subtly inserted himself into conversations, planting seeds of doubt and stirring the pot in a way that only Victor can. For viewers, this sets the stage for dramatic confrontations, unexpected alliances, and the inevitable battle for control that defines the young and the restless. Jack's decision also reverberates through his family, particularly with his children, who have always relied on their father's judgment and strategic thinking. The Abbott siblings observe the unfolding drama, recognizing that Jack's refusal to intervene could shift the balance of power in Genoa City. Some may support his stance, seeing it as a necessary step to protect the Abbott legacy, while others might view it as a betrayal of long-standing friendships. This familial tension adds another layer of complexity to an already high-stakes scenario. The emotional depth of this storyline cannot be overstated. Nikki, often seen as the heart of Genoa City, experiences vulnerability rarely displayed on the surface. Her sense of helplessness and frustration resonates with viewers who understand the pain of wanting to help but facing roadblocks beyond their control. Jack, on the other hand, embodies the weight of responsibility, the burden of making choices that impact not just himself, but everyone around him. Their dynamic is a testament to the show's enduring ability to weave personal emotion with corporate intrigue. Fans are already speculating on how this conflict will evolve. Will Nikki find another ally in her quest to protect her family? Will Jack face repercussions for his decision, or will his calculated restraint ultimately pay off? And how will Victor continue to manipulate the situation, potentially driving a wedge even further between the two longtime friends? These unanswered questions ensure that viewers will be glued to their screens, eagerly awaiting each twist and turn in this gripping saga. The brilliance of this plot lies in its ability to balance high-stakes business drama with deeply personal storytelling. Jack's refusal is not a mere plot device. It's a reflection of the intricate, often morally ambiguous world of Genoa City, where loyalty, ambition, and family ties constantly collide. As the story unfolds, audiences are reminded why The Young and the Restless remains a cornerstone of daytime drama, expertly blending suspense, emotion, and unexpected twists. In conclusion, Jack Abbott's decision to shut down Nikki Newman's request serves as a pivotal moment in The Young and the Restless, highlighting the complex interplay between loyalty, strategy, and personal boundaries. Nikki's reaction, the ripple effects on her family, and Victor's scheming all combine to create a storyline rich in tension and emotional resonance. As viewers watch these familiar characters navigate the turbulent waters of Genoa City, one thing is certain: no relationship is ever simple, no choice is without consequence, and the drama is far from over. The coming episodes promise further sparks, confrontations, and revelations, keeping fans on the edge of their seats. Jack's calculated move may have temporarily closed a door, but in Genoa City, doors always reopen, sometimes with unexpected consequences. This week, as alliances shift and emotions run high, one thing is clear. In the world of The Young and the Restless, nothing is ever as it seems, and every choice has the power to change everything.